this channel, agentic.ai.net. This YouTube channel specifically designed for this .NET developers who actually have the .NET knowledge but want to develop agentic AI. Generally, you know the agentic AI is a very hot topic right now, and whenever you go for other tools like AutoChain, Creo AI, LangChain, definitely there is a need of learning the Python also. But if you don't have the time for the Python, you can use your .NET knowledge also to build your agents. So for getting the knowledge on Gen AI, or LLM, deep learning, you have multiple channels you can visit over there. But in this channel, we'll definitely discuss the agents, practical agents we'll build up, and while doing so, day-to-day basis, we'll learn the details or the theory part along with the practical thing we'll develop using .NET. This agent will help us to analyze any C# code file, give us the recommendation is a bad code or good code, along with the review comments. So in order to build an agentic AI, we need an LLM. LLM is nothing but a brain of the agentic AI or agent that we are building up. So this LLM build a code understanding agent, teach the agent to judge the code quality and generate adaptive feedback. An LLM can think, but it does not know what to do unless we guide it. So we need to train the LLM large amount of text, understand the language and code, and does not make any decision by itself. The agentic AI is not just an answer. So LLM is part of the agent, text, but agent decisions, follow rules, and behavior. We start with local LLM so that we understand the limitation and behavior clearly. So in the local LLM, we have to install the machine. There is no API key, no dependency. Cloud LLMs will be covered later. These agents evaluate code. It does not just explain it. So you can see using the .NET and the C# on the output, we will get a code quality decisions, code quality level, and structural feedback of the improvement areas. This decision step is what make it an agent. So agent is code quality, agent produces adaptive feedback. So what is the text step? This is C#, Semantic Kernel, Ollama, which is a local LLM. Finally, what AI agent is code understanding agent. This code quality code understanding agent, what we will do in step-by-step process in order to build up in detail with .NET. This PDF will help us, and we will share the PDF also for practice. You can get it from the download it from the YouTube. So what exactly we'll do? You have already gone through that. That we will run this agent AI locally using the .NET 8, and we'll use the local LLM. This foundation we'll use for the code review also in the future. And what Agentic AI does, this actually give a good acceptable approval, the decision, okay, the, how the file. So it will actually a initial step of code review. This is a high-level architecture. We have a C# code, as you've seen, C# code, and code understanding agent will work, and quality decision will be made, and then adaptive feedback. These are technologies we will use. Already discuss why local LLM to be used. And these are very important. So the solution is built up using agent, which agent actually go through this code file in the sample folder, and it will give us the output code quality, the good code or bad code, as well with the improvement areas. So the agent will work. Agent will read the C# code, judge overall quality, adjust the feedback style, and produce the output. So it is not responsible for fixing the code, refactoring automatically. Then we can now. So we have installed the local LML Ollama. So you can see the Ollama has been installed. How to install this Ollama? That has been given in the PDF. You can install based on this steps given in the PDF. So once it is installed and you open it up, it will look like this. This is the Ollama running in locally. So we are using this model ID Gamma 3 4:4b. So if you search, you can see this model is already existing in my local. How to run? It is running or not. So there's a default localhost path with the port number. If you copy this and run it, this will give you this Ollama is running. So once the Ollama is running, that means your LLM or the brain of the Agentic AI is ready. Now go to the code. So in the code, you can see the architecture that we discussed in the PDF. We have agents, the code understanding agent, which is responsible for interacting with LLM and make the decision of the code files that you already cleared within the sample. You can use your own solution also. You can pass it the file names. It will read automatically. I have taken some 2 bad file and 1 good file, and these files will be called from this section, analyze one by one. So in the code understanding agent, in order to talk using the semantic kernel, the semantic kernel actually help us to connect or it work as an interface which will connect the LLM or local LLM, which will do this analysis of this particular code. So what is the flow? You can see in the flow over here also. So this is the project structure that we are seeing right now. We have sample, good code, bad code, program.sys is the entry point, and code analysis agent is actually a decision maker using the LLM. So in the program.cs file, let's say we want to run the order service or good file. See how it is working. So in the good file, we have written a very generic code. So this code has been written where the logging is there, process order is there, and when we run this agent, it will recommend whether it's a good code or bad code, how the code works, and any improvement is required or not. Even there is a good code, but suggestion can be given. Similarly, we can go for the other files also, order bad service, and another class was taken. So let's run for the one file. So you can see once we run, the request has been sent to the LLM for the first file. it started analysis, and the analysis report will be shared over here soon. Completed, it take actually 53.5 seconds to analyze the code, and overall quality is good, and also it is giving a summary. The code demonstrates the practices and also some review comments. So based on the review comments, anyone can understand like what needs to be done, and also those who are not familiar with the code, from this basic summary and the overall quality, they will ensure that the code how it works. So the three purpose will be resolved. This is the way the agentic AI, the first agent we have built up, and you can apply it in your project for files which we have written. So thank you so much for visiting this, and we'll come in the day two with a new agent. Stay tuned.